Welcome, everybody, to another exciting episode of Ready Up. My name is Spicer.
And I'm Leo.
And we just finished watching the second episode of Swamp Thing. And we break down our TV shows and movies into 6 different categories: directing, writing, acting, sound, music, and special effects. So, what do you think of Swamp Thing Episode 2 on the DCU app?
Episode 2 on the DCU app. Really enjoyed it. We were discussing this earlier. We just heard the other day that the show's been canceled after this, which is a big surprise because so far I'm absolutely loving it. Like, I'm really impressed with everything they're doing. If we're talking about directing, again, they're hitting all the beats. They're going through the motions. They're doing a really great job. All the shots, all the story flow, all the dialogue, all the acting together. Like, it's just in the directing and the pacing, it's doing really great on that. What do you think?
Yeah, for sure. The pacing's really good. The stuff that's supposed to be freaky is totally freaky. They bring in these characters that are really good. I mean, everything about this show, like, I was just hoping that it wasn't going to be worse than last episode. And they're still bringing it. They're bringing it hot. So, writing, I think the villain of the episode was written so well, and the actor was chosen so well, and it was a nice ending, I think in terms of writing, they're bringing in new subplots, and they're doing it in a really interesting way, and I'm enjoying it. Yeah, what about you?
Absolutely agree. I think in terms of writing, they did a very good job in both progressing the plot of the whole season so far, and also having that internal plot lines and the revelations and the progression of this episode itself. And they balance this and again, this affects the pacing a lot in addition to directing, and it just paced really well. It leaves me wanting for more in the best of ways. And I think that's what they did with this.
Oh, yeah. So what do you think about acting?
Acting. I'm really impressed with this show. I think I mentioned it about the last time that it feels like cinematic level acting rather than the show. You know, it's like it's really good, and I'm loving this trend that we're seeing such high quality stuff happening on shows more and more. And this is from Game of Thrones and Westworld and a bunch of stuff like that before from HBO, and it's it's just coming together really well. All the little subtle kind of motions and the looks and the body language and all that. Again, I'm really positively impressed by the lead female character. But everybody there, they have their own little arcs going on, and they're doing a great job representing that and the inner turmoil if they're experiencing it and all that stuff. So really good on the acting. What do you think?
Oh yeah. Everybody's doing a great job on this show. I'm not complaining about anybody's performance at all. It's the main villain, even the scientist that came in. He was done really eccentrically, but done very well, especially for that actor. Is very unusual the way that he was acting for this role, but it was consistent. It was really good. I'm enjoying everybody's efforts on this show. I'm just baffled that it's already been canceled after the first episode. It's crazy. What about sound? What do you think about sound?
About sound, again, they did a really good job on the technical setting. They're hitting all the beats, all the jump scares, all the not just action moments, but also the emotional moments. I felt like throughout the episodes, like what I was feeling with what the characters were going through, like the music was really suited for that, and I really wanted to point that out in a good way. What do you think about that?
Oh yeah, for sure. The sound was the sound doesn't like deter away from it or is just there. It actually is enhancing a lot of situations. And yeah, man, I just don't understand. I'm gonna say this after every section. I don't understand why this show is being canceled. There's something going on behind the scenes that we are not privy to, that is making all of these decisions. Because, yeah, we'll get to it. So music. What do you think about the music?
Hand in hand with sound. This again for me really enhanced every scene that music played a prominent part of. It just setting up suspense, setting up emotional moments, setting up just the action, just everything. There's just going. It was always there. It wasn't just there. It really enhanced. There's several key scenes in this episode that were really enhanced by the music. So they did a great job. What do you think?
Yeah, for the music, especially Swamp Thing, whenever he gets up, like it just sounds really, you just that sound. They're really enhancing a lot of things with every department that we usually grade a film or a TV show with. They're just hitting it out of the park, man. It's just great. And the visual effects, I mean, were so good. The payoff was really, really good. The costumes, the effects, the everything about it is good. I don't understand what's going on over at DCU. What do you think about the effects?
I have nothing to add. Like, it was just perfect. It's getting everything done that it's trying to do. It's doing, and it's not just there. It's enhancing it. What happened? Like, does DC not like money? Like, what's going on? I don't
get it either.
It's so far, it's really standing out, like, in a really positive way. Like, what's going on, man?
Yeah. So 2 episodes into the DCU apps Swamp Thing. Ready up, ready down so far.
2.
2 ready ups all the way. They're not failing you at all in any way. They're taking their time. They're not rushing anything. I hope it stays that way. I'm pretty sure from episode 9 to 10 we're gonna get a lot of rushing. But the fact that they canceled this is just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. This is the best DC show so far, and like it's just a totally different tone. Like there's a Flash, which is, totally different color, totally different tone, all that stuff. They're the best of the Arrowverse, right? And then you've got the DC Universe app with their shows. And this is by far this is all the other shows are going to have to live up to this one, I think, in the future, because it's done so well. Yeah. Anything before we get to the spoilers?
I'll just have to agree. Like, every single department, there's so much talent going all around, and everybody involved with the actual creation of the show and participation in this creation process. Everybody did an amazing job, and I really am just baffled by the news that are coming in. Like, I don't know if it's so baffling to me. I'm like starting to think of conspiracies. Like, is this a publicity stunt? Like, what's going on?
I hope it is.
I hope so too. Like, but also I don't hear a lot of people talking about something.
Yeah, it's that paywall.
Yeah, which is unfortunate, because this is definitely something that I did not expect. And again, we're only 2 episodes in, but like, the technical quality, every single department is not only hitting the mark, but is uplifting it further.
Yeah, uplifting each other all the way up.
Exactly. So.
All right, well, let's get into our spoilers, because this is a good episode. All right, so if you haven't already, make sure you go watch a DCU app, Swamp Thing. Buy the app, watch it. It's good. I can't recommend it enough. Even if you don't like the Swamp Thing, there's plenty of more stuff on there for you to watch. If you've liked the Batman the Animated Series, the original, the second version, the third version, Batman Beyond, like all those that we grew up with is on there in 4K. All right, so make sure you go check it out, and we're going to get into spoilers. If you would be so kind, please like and subscribe. Welcome back, everybody, to the spoiler discussion for Swamp Thing Episode 2.
Season 1.
Yeah, Season 1, only one. Season only one. It's this episode was really good, constructed so well. The payoff at the end, they introduced the episode's villain like halfway through. It was just someone that we just met, you know, and then he just becomes, you know, just starts kills a police officer, and he just got this, just like this look and this scraggly hair, and he just looks like an evil son of a bitch, man. They casted him so well, and so then he has to go after the girl, and they're all in the swamp at night with alligators and gator, and everybody's just no fear whatsoever stepping into the water of the swamp. I don't get that. But other than that detail, I guess if you wanted to focus on it, it could be a major plot or major anyway. But he's going to kill the child, so you hate him even more. And then Swamp Thing comes in and rips that motherfucker apart, and it was so good. It was such a wonderful payoff, and I'm loving this.
Yeah, it's so satisfying. The build up for just the pacing of that whole episode. And like you got 80 or to 90% of the episode just kind of investigating and what's going on and this and that, and a little bit sprinkles of interest, just little points of interest with everybody's little side arcs and stuff, you know. And and just the payoff of, oh wait, this is a Swamp Thing show. And then you get that superhero action of saving the girl, you know, doing this brutal. It was so satisfying. It was a good fight. And on the way, it's like we're learning more about his powers and stuff. And again, I don't know anything about Swamp Thing from the comics or before. I came in almost entirely ignorant, you know. So learning this, I'm like, okay, this is cool. This is a superhero show, because they got this. They had the horror aspect, but that's really what they were doing. That was the tone, I suppose, originally as well. That it's a superhero horror where the monster is the hero. That's the twist for it, you know. Yeah. And they're nailing it so well. All the actors, all the lighting, all the the composition, the shots, the pacing, the directing. The biggest thing that I felt is like at the end, I was like, I'm ready for the next episode. I'm in.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's what they want, and I was like,
yeah. The wonderful thing about the show is that even underneath all that makeup, all that Swamp Thing makeup, I still could feel how hurt he was that she ran away and she was so scared, and that he's like, yeah, I am a monster, you know. And he's just like, he's just so sad. And the fact that you can tell that from underneath all that makeup and darkness and all this other stuff that's going on, it's just a testament to how good this show is. And I cannot say that enough, that at least the first 2 episodes of Swamp Thing are some of the best TV that I've seen in the superhero genre, if not the best.
Yeah. How many seasons did Firefly have? Was it only 1 or was it 2?
I think it was 2.
Okay. Yeah, but it really feels like it's a gem, and getting canceled or at least getting rushed to ruin, which might happen in the future in the last few episodes. But just the amount of raw talent and the thought that I don't know if somebody didn't see it or didn't have faith in them, or just there was something else going on. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, because like they got this show in the bag. Like, they understand what the show needs to be with whatever, you know, tools that they have, and it's just doing such a great job, man.
Yeah,
like
really
them bringing in that supernatural aspect for the mother, you know, because she's just gone crazy. She just wants her daughter back. She's just stricken with grief. She wants nothing but revenge, you know, and all this. And then at the very end, you know, she's laying there in her daughter's room, and then we pan down and we see that the daughter that's died she's laying next to her dead daughter, you know. And it's obviously an illusion or ghost or something like that, but it's just like, wow, that's coming into play now, you know.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's obviously not really her daughter, it's a devil of some sort, and what that devil is going to be doing to push her even further along, and for her to create even more conflict for our main characters, you know.
Putting in all these seeds for the future subplots, and everything will progress the plot and will tie into the plot, and then they're doing all the foreshadowing correctly. I feel like this is like a multi-season show, or at least like a full complete one that tells a beautiful story. And that's what it is. I do believe that the best fantasy story or the best sci-fi story, the best superhero story, first and foremost, it's a human story, and it's just got the human aspect of it, and the storytelling and just the plot works without the supernatural stuff, and that just coming in and enhancing everything and ties everything together. Like it's a really, really well told story so far, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm really all in.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a huge contrast from X-Men Dark Phoenix, where there's no subtext whatsoever. And then in one of the first scenes of the second episode, they have more subtext than the entire movie of X-Men, right? So whenever she's talking to the father of, I forgot his name, but whenever he's talking, he already knows that she knows, that she already has enough clues and enough to actually be at his door. But he still welcomes her with open arms. And as soon as he gives her that hug, he's got that look like, oh, shit. And then he comes back and he's like, hey, yeah, and he knows, and she knows, and they both know that they know, but they're not saying it. They're not like, I know that you have it and I'm going to get it from you. It's not any of that. It's like, hey, welcome here. You're always welcome here. And I don't blame you for any, and just like making her feel good and all this stuff. And that's what subtext is. And they got it in spades for this show.
And they prepare you for it. When she meets with a friend, it's like, he's a master manipulator. They put you in that mindset. And then all the clues might as well be written on the wall, but they don't need to say it. They don't need to say it, and that's what I love about all the acting in the show. It's all about the setting up, the little, just the subtle looks. The actress, she shed a tear, and it's like, but still smiling, being able to do that. The scientist that you mentioned earlier, where just like. Yeah, like 2 minutes of screen time, 1 minute?
And we know all about
so
him.
much character in 1 minute. So much freaking character. That was amazing.
Right?
So well done.
Yeah. He's obviously obsessed with plant life. You could, again, 2 minutes more character than all the characters in X-Men Dark Phoenix. It's crazy. But yeah, I don't want to tell people too much about the episode. I want to let them enjoy it. But is there anything else that you wanted to point out before we get going?
Well, this is the spoiler section, so hopefully you've seen it. We definitely want to hear what you think. But yeah, like for us, I think I speak for both of us. Like, I love this show so far. Only 2 episodes, and I'm completely in. Can't wait for the next one. How about you?
Yeah, same. In the chat, let us know what you think about the season so far. But that is it for Swamp Thing Season 2 spoiler discussion and review. Hope you liked it. If you haven't so far, like and subscribe. And we'll see you next time.